Alright. Essentially what we're trying to do at the moment is turn this into a boat slash car. And obviously we used a lot of bubble wrap. Didn't really work well. Or did, but you know, it's damageable. Don't really want that. And yeah, so what I want to do is replace it with the tier 3 wood block, and that's also got high buoyancy. It's got a bit more weight than the one more weight than the bubble wrap, but you know, that's alright because we're going to be essentially getting rid of all the wood and replacing it just with that stuff, so it will add to the buoyancy there, which will make it float better than having this metal here as well. Another thing I need to do is buy 2 thrusters. I don't know if I bought one already. No thrusters, and that sucks because they're expensive. And I need to buy them, you'll have to upgrade them, otherwise they'll use too much fuel. I'm going to try and add 2 more fuel tanks up here as well though, so I've got a ridiculous amount of fuel. Batteries for the blades that come out, and heaps of potatoes, just in case. Well, I've got guns on the side of this thing, so with the back seats, they actually push out. Show you. The guns are tucked in there. They work on your basic timer. So you've got your NOR gate, your AND gate, and your timer. So they'll shoot, I think, every second, every half second, easy. Then I wanted to make also, so that's the 2 passenger seats. I haven't rigged up the blades yet, but the blades are supposed to push out this far, and so when you're in this chair you can swivel left and right, and the blades will swivel left and right with it. I'm not sure how far I want them to go out, so I just upgraded so I could have them all the way out. The driver's seat will have the blades come out the front, so push out the front. Don't really need to, because I noticed most of the bots just sort of fall underneath it when you're driving, but I guess it creates that it's a bit better because you'll see the bots get hit and then they'll go underneath, so you'll know whether they're dead or not before they even get to the car. And the other thing I've added to this is it goes all the way up. We're going to upgrade all these pistons so that you could drive straight up to a looting building and loot from the top down instead of coming up, which is probably, I find is probably better because you're throwing everything off and then you don't have to figure out a way down. When you're at the top, you're already up there and coming down. So yeah, you have the blades, and of course the driver also needs a gun, so I've placed a gun in the middle, and that's on a timer as well. So yeah, that's my vehicle at the moment. I got 2 others, one's for your mining and one's for your trees. They're not perfect. This one definitely needs another set of blades so it can hold the large trees in it. But yeah, it does get most of them pretty well, and you know, I've got a lot of wood to make that. That worked well. I need to go through the raids again to finish off this ramp up there. The farming, I set it up so that it goes across, and every time the sensor hits one of these on the top row, it plants. Every time this bottom sensor hits one of those, it waters, and they're obviously offset, so that it plants and waters. So exactly when this water's happening, a plant's happening on this one. And yeah, when it reaches the end, it just comes back. It's a bit heavy, so I can't have anything really along on the outside. The whites work because it's sitting lower than that, but if it's sitting up, the wheels actually just, even if they nick it, they'll stop. So it's not ideal, but it works at the moment with minimum amount of pistons, not having to do 2 pistons for each set, not having to have 2 controllers. I've only got the 1 controlling setup, and these 2 OR gates and gates go straight to each separate thing. So while when the switch is switched and it hits the sensor, it drops whatever it needs to, water or seeds. These were going to go on the back of my miner. So essentially what I wanted to do with the miner was, now with the update, you can drive straight through the corn, which is kind of cool, and the corn drops all of its corn that you can pick up. And I wanted to make obviously vacuums on the back of here with the chests, so that when you drive through the corn, flick the vacuum on, and you'll suck up all the corn bits without having to get out and pick up each individual one. I know it's kind of lazy and seems like, oh yeah, quick, but streamlining everything makes the game go quicker. So and then with the miner, you could also go out to the fire biomes and sort of just mine it and then drive over it and pick up the charcoal. I think it's the charcoal. Yeah, pick that up at the same time without having to get out as well. So it serves 2 purposes. And because I built right here, there's a lot of corn right on the edge, and I always hit it because I'm trying not to drive too close to water, because there's bumps on the grass and you end up in the water. But yeah, so right now what I'm looking to do is build up metal, get a lot of metal supplies so that I can do that tier 3 wood. These guys, I always do veggie burgers. It's the easiest to do if you like, because if I want metal, I'll be doing raids to get metal, and the easiest thing to grow is your first tier stuff, and that when it's full like this, mostly gets your rake bots, and they're the ones you want. And with the veggie one, those are the 3 ones you want to make it, well, including potatoes, but I've always got heaps of potatoes anyway for ammo, so I can always spare a fair bit of that to make those. I want to get 2 more cook pots, so that it takes, by the time I've finished setting up the last one, I can go back around to the first one and it's finished making it, put it in the next one, do the next one, and it's not with me waiting at all and pumping out 5 veggie burgers each turn. And I know 5 veggie burgers sit in your inventory, and that kind of works well like that. Alright, so what we'll do is each one does 3. We need mostly carrots, so we'll do 4 carrots, 2 tomatoes, 2 beets, and 1 potatoes, just to up the ammo. So 2, 4, that's only 16, 4, 2, and 1, and that should be all 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fingers crossed this thing runs nice and smoothly. 2, we'll do the 2. And then last one will be like that. Okay. So here goes nothing. Why is it already on? I think I've set up the switch wrong. So here we go. What's happening here? Why? You knew I set something up wrong. And you're not going to the end either. You've stopped there plenty of times too. Unauthorized farm. Why'd you stop there? What have I put there this time? Well, that's probably not the issue, but you know, it got me that little bit further. Yeah, it's definitely all extending out to the 15. I've had to get stuck here before. That's not gonna help. Thinking about putting just a flat piece of wood, I mean a piece of metal, right along there, just so that it stops it from doing that. See if this helps. It's gonna help at the moment. Oh, don't have any more of that. Okay, let's just go straight across with this. And hope that it sort of does its job. I don't know why that looks like that, but yeah, there we go. That's that setup done. It's coming back now because it's finished. That middle row didn't get done because that there. Okay, I'm gonna make it do its lap again just to test it again. I'm guessing maybe the vegetables have something to do with the weight. So if I just switch these two, that should allow the middle row to do its thing. Yeah. So it works. It stops again. So it's not definitely not perfect, and I'm definitely not happy with where it stops and why it stops. I have no idea. Something to do with weight. See, it's trying to push past it. Getting that gap. Oh, don't need that far. For tidiness, we'll do it that way. Cool. Looks good. Alright. Nice and neat. Cool. Don't need you. Don't need you. And don't need you. It started to go back. Cool. So they're full. Huh? I'm guessing you have some more. No. You used it all. Alright. That's fine. There's only a few we can probably just chuck in our own. Other thing I do like about constantly growing these is whenever I have excess, I should come down to here and chuck these ones in here. That's what your fertilizer is made out of. So if I have any excess seeds, just throw them in there and make some fertilizer. That's for the higher tier stuff that I don't want sticking around for 3 nights and getting your boss blocks out too often. I haven't even really set up my base since I moved it the second time. 4 boss spots. It's pretty basic. I'll show you the defenses. There you go. So this one controls that. That stamps down, slows them down a fair bit, and kills some of the greenies. This one just automates that. sort of pumps them back. The blades isn't really helping where it is. I kind of want to put something that maybe extends all the way out to the ocean, and then when I turn it on, it flings in to actually defend, so that if I've got it extended out, it's not going to get in the way of anything. Or I could go do a cog thing and make it sort of slide up, so point upwards. It's probably more efficient that way. And the third one, which I haven't finished yet, is these crosshairs. They'll come down all the way to the bottom and spin. So they've got those bearings in there. And essentially they'll have blades on them like this. I've got to build them yet. And spin, just to sort of blend up whoever's coming through that next set. Yeah. Okay, so while we're waiting, we're going to move these because we're not doing the vacuums at the moment. I want to put 2 chests over here, just stack them on each other, and they're just going to be for veggies. Literally the veggies that I want to turn into veggie burgers. Good enough, because in the car I actually have way too much of that sort of stuff. That's all my guns and that for when I'm deciding to do a shooting line. We're not going to leave all the other stuff. It's just the 3 types, which is your beets, tomatoes, and carrots. Full at the moment. Okay, track the rest in. Bit of organisation is nice. Let's see what I've got more of. Lost there in a second. Alright. Tomatoes. Let's do beets next. Let's do these just because we know that these ones are all, you only need 1 of to make the recipe. Ugh, what I do. And the carrots you actually need a lot of, so we can have a whole chest just for the carrots that we know right now. We can only really do, what's that, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20. We can only do 20 veggie burgers because that's, we're out of carrots otherwise. Check I didn't leave anything. Yeah, I did leave 1. Good. Alright, sweet. So that was that vacuum, that piping there was essentially going to be for that vacuum setup, but we're not doing that right now. Oh, this is where I keep all my blocks. Middle ones are generally all the car bits and things. So if I'm looking for a switch or something, generally I can find them in there from projects that I've teared down. These might come in handy for something. I haven't decided what I want to use them for. I've got a spare chest too. Don't really need it at the moment. This says all your batteries and circuit boards. Chemical. I haven't really used much chemical because I didn't find much use in mining when I could literally at the start just scrap those little huts that are on the side of the road and get all my wood that I needed. But now I'm kind of thinking, oh yeah, well, maybe if I want to keep the wood for making the tier 3 wood, it might be useful to make cement. So I started making some of that. Yeah, so I don't know whether to make the next tier cement block. Concrete block, sorry. That requires metal, so I don't want to start using metal when metal is going to be needed to make these things. Oh, I can already make a few. May as well just make it all. I got ammo, not much. Grab one out. Should be enough. Alright. Yes, I also find, having them organised in the tiers helps me know what to expect and how long the growth is going to be. And I of course just have the fertilizer just for pretty much just this one, these two. I'm okay with leaving this for a couple of days and getting that metal. Probably should make the switches up top as well. Use ore gates so I can have the switches up top. But if I put a pathway somewhere nearby, I could probably hit the switches up top. One minute. Alright, let's start it. And head up. Standing. That's not in the right spot. Probably go right on the edge. That's out of the way if I want to walk past. Alright. 30 seconds. At least needing to grow a fair bit. I'm gonna be here a while to try to figure out why it's so heavy. All I can think of is if I get rid of the piping. I'll have a look how heavy that is and replace it with other stuff. Only 2 robots out that way. If I stand here, they generally try and stay close to me, so they're just going to get smacked up. 1 or 2 might get through, but he's still going to try and get me. Alright. The only thing is sometimes there's one over there and he just eats away at my plank. The bridge there. Raid counters come up, so I can start to take these. Not ready yet. Alright. Can't make any of those yet, so we have to make a few of these. Luckily it only uses one of those. And we're going to need a bit more of that too. So we'll make it on this one. That's what we got so far. Metal. Need a few of those. And then let's see what we can make. Let's do this until it has made as many as it can. Collect, yes, we can start to collect. The quicker we can collect, and the quicker we can start growing again. I probably should put the cookbots up here and those veggie ones, because that way I can do everything that's happening right up here. So that's excess seeds. Carrots won't be full because I always never seem to have enough carrots, so can't pick up anything else while I'm up here. Potato seeds, I can't really do anything else with potato seeds. They should just allow you, instead of having to use those 3 types of seeds, really it should just say, so you got 10, 10, 10, it should just say 30 of any type of seed. That way if you got excess seeds, you just throw it in a seed container and you can grow, and you can make fertilizer. Like, why those? I know they're the low level ones, so realistically you'd be growing that more often, but it just makes sense to just let you use whatever, because I just throw out the potato seeds in the end. There's no need for them too much. Let's do some burgers to free up some space. 10, 10, I'll do double, 20. Oh. I have a habit of doing that. I wish it would just stay on that the whole time. So, ready and bang, craft. So you're waiting that 3 seconds or 4 seconds. I know it's not much, but if I really wanted to just get this really super done quick, you really should be able to do the same thing as the craft pot and just back it up, tell it to make a ridiculous amount and have all the veggies in a tube. That would be ideal as well. While you can see those piping on the left there, I'll mention that I've got 2 mods on mine. I just don't see the point of having to dive in the water to collect oil every time. Plus, in the real world, you can actually mine oil, so you may as well be allowed to do it in this game too. And the other mod I have is to get rid of all the extra little shrubs that don't actually do anything. They just kind of get in the way. I've had it too many times where I've tried to verse a rake bot and a bush is right there, a little bush. Just have to move around. It looks nice, but yeah, it's not ideal for trying to stay alive. And we're out of carrots, so we're done. So now what we can do is go straight into this chest on the left and put, oh no, you've got that. This could be just for the veggie burgers. Actually, I'll keep 5. Take all of them out of here. This can be not for food, this could be just for future plan stuff. Oh yeah, so the other thing was milk. I guess the cows, if you can drop all the corn, they eat it, and you have that mining drill thing and just sort of nudge the cows out of the way, you could pick up the milk that way as well. So it's chockers, which is great for making the bubble wrap stuff, because that's all you need to make it, and so it's super cheap to make light stuff, which would be good if I ever want to make a bridge to go right across. I'll just make it out of bubble wrap so it floats as well. If I wanted to detach it to this and sort of just attach it by a bit of piping interlocked with bearings to make it float, because I've got over there is the fruit fruit packing place. All the way that way is the veggie packing that way, which means I sort of just travel along that grass road. But instead of going all around here, it might be nice just to have a bubble wrap road just go straight across to that one. time to start making a bridge with it. Well, we got excess piping and excess bearings. We could literally just start doing it that way. So that is not attached to it. Well, I guess if we don't want to attach to it, even with the bearings it'll be attached to it, so needs something. We're not going to use wood. Cement is probably our best option. To just go straight down from here. So we'll start by attaching it one way. And then just dragging it straight down, and then we can, once we hit the bottom, we can detach it. What's going on here? Oh, that's the seeds. Yeah, see, so you have to leave the bubble there. If you take that out, it's not going to pump anymore. Which at the moment doesn't matter because I'm not using it at all. Haven't used any fuel for a little while. Sure that's now touching. So if I took this one block out, doesn't move, push over, perfect. Okay, and we can start with a little bit of bubble wrap. That'll be good, I reckon. Straight out that way. 3 minutes 45 seconds. I hate doing building in the dark because so many little things like I've got attached here that yeah, I've often wrecked designs and had to wait the morning to fix it from not being able to see that something was in the road that I shouldn't have just cleared like this. Not enough wood anyway. I got one. Why'd I do that? Okay, 2 minutes. We'll put the bubble wrap that we have on it. It's gonna be a slow process. Anyway, let's rally up. Oh, sure, we were supposed to do another grow, weren't we? Well, that kind of works anyway because I've got 2 minutes in there to spare. I could literally just grow. It was all carrots we wanted, so it was 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see if this works this time after making those adjustments. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Here goes nothing. No. Okay. Please don't stop. Please don't stop. Please don't stop. Ooh, looking good. Looking good. Yes. Straight to the end. And when it gets back, I'll just rerun it so that and turn that one off. But I gotta remember to turn it back on afterwards. That's my problem. On. Still got a minute, so these should do what they need to. Yep, alright, turn it off. Did we miss one plot? We did. How did we miss one plot? Well, lucky I've got what I needed anyway. fuel. Well, that's been a good thing. Hopefully we'll get some metal for the next one. That'll do it for now. Oh shoot, I forgot to set up the defenses. Oh. Okay. Sorry, it's gonna stop him. Get rid of these greenies. You come around this way. Cool. That's fine. You're not.